Have seen the mobile operating system, the different type of operating system, uh, what are the different operating system there we are going to use in the mobiles phones and different devices. Then we have seen the overview of the Android operating system. What is the Android operating system? Who is going to develop? That is, Android system is open source, Linux-based operating system. Then we have also seen why we are going to use the Android operating system. So anyone can elaborate why we are going to use the Android operating system in our mobile phones? What are the different features? Anyone? Yes.
Sir, multitasking
Okay.
and
Means
Android is easy to use.
your name please.
मैम सर साइली किधर है?
Saili Kedare. Okay. Okay. Saili. Okay. Yes, Saili. Or why we are going to use Android? Different feature,
Different apps.
different apps. Different apps means what we are going to install in the Android, or different apps we can try to develop. What you mean to say?
Sir, different apps maybe easy to install
Okay.
with the help of Play Store.
Okay. That's why we are going to Android. Then is it not possible if you using the different operating system on your mobiles? That is, for Apple there is a Apple के लिए कौन सी है?
iOS.
iOS.
Yes.
Is it possible to go on Play Store, and if you are using the iOS, then it is not possible to download the different apps from the Play Store and install in your mobiles? Is it the case? Is it the case? No?
Sir, Android application are generally free
Generally free means it is
as
open
compared
source.
Hmm.
Means it is open source. Your name? It is open source. Your name?
Mostly Pradeep.
Bhosle Pradeep. Okay, okay Bhosle. और और कौन बताएगा? That is open source means that particular platform, the particular operating system is open source. Anyone can add the code in that particular Android platform. If you want to add some features in the Android, you go there in the library and you can add the libraries. You can add the different features in the Android. That is the open source. It is free of cost. If we compare the different operating system, that is what we are talking about, the operating system which is being used in the Apple mobile, that is a iOS. It is not free. Okay, so open Android operating system, open source. We have the larger development, we have the larger developer we who are working on the Android, and that particular Android is reached to the larger development team and the larger community. So that's why we are going to use the Android. Then also it increase the market. Most of the peoples are going to use the Androids. I think most of means 95 to 97% peoples are going to use the Android mobile phones. They are going to use the Android operating system, if my statement is not wrong. Am I right? Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
है क्या नहीं? Most of the people are using the Android operating system. They have the Android operating system in their mobiles. So that's why it is easy for the developer. There is a large community. There is a large peoples who work on the Android, who know the Android. It is open source. Then the market space is increased. Most of the market is captured by the Android. Then there may be the inter integration between the different apps. That's why also we are going to use the Android. If we have the different app and we want to configure the different two app, then it is very easy process in the Android. If you are going to use the Android operating system, then it is very easy to configuration. It is very easy for the inter app application when you use the Android. Then if we compare the development cost, if you compare the development cost, any app which you are going to develop on an Android, and when you are going to compare the cost of development cost which we are going to develop on an Android, and which you are going to develop on another operating system, then the development cost is very low as compared to the other operating system. So it reduces the cost of development when you are going to use the Android. And there is a higher success ratio when you use the Android phones, when you use the Android for the development, when you use the development any app, development of any app by using the Android. Then also if you compare the environment, means development environment of the Android, so it is very rich development Android development environment when we are going to develop any app by using the Android as compared to the other operating system. So that's why we are going to use the Android's operating system on most of the gadgets, on most of the mobiles, and most of the different gadgets we are going to use in our daily lives. Am I right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we are going to use the Androids. Have understood this point? प्रतीक्षा राजगुरु विशाल समझते का समाधान आर यू देयर
Yes, sir.
निकिता प्रतीक्षा प्रदीप सायली वैष्णवी
Yes, sir.
यस यस विशाल जावळे विकास what the point. So also we see the different features. We have seen the different features of Android. That is a beautiful user interface. What it means? We have seen this particular means feature of Android. Anyone can elaborate this particular feature? Beautiful UI, user interface. It means UI means user interface. Yes, Samadhan. क्या है यूजर इंटरफेस क्या होता है ये विशाल जावड़े most of the times you are not present for online lectures is it is my observation Vishal
Sir, पुन्हा सांगा ना.
what is the UI beautiful user interface so we have seen in last lecture the features of Android so the first feature that is a beautiful UI what it means so that if you use the Android mobile phone it provides the very beautiful and intuitive user interface means anyone who don't know how to use the mobiles, or the person who is not having the knowledge of any language, that is English language or other things. Suppose he is illiterate, and if we give him the Android phone, so by watching that particular user interface, he is easily understood how to operate that particular on Android phone. And it is very beautiful user interface has given by the Android. Means this is the feature of Android. We can develop a very good user interface. Yes, Vishal. यूज़र इंटरफेस उसका ब्यूटीफुल है, ये फीचर है, बराबर विशाल? समाधान? आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? एम आई ऑडिबल साइली? वैष्णवी?
Yes, sir.
विकास कहाँ गए? विकास दावड़े?
Yes,
विशाल
sir.
दावड़े? विशाल? समाधान? समाधान?
Yes, sir.
ओके. कुठे गेला विकास? So the first feature, that is a
Yes,
beautiful
sir.
UI.
I
So beautiful UI. We have seen the different connectivity. If you have the Android, then we have the connected connectivity, that is the GSM. है कि नहीं? ये क्या होता है GSM? आप बोलते नहीं फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट, वेरी पुअर शो, फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट. GSM क्या है पता है ना आपको? GSM मोबाइल में यूज होता है ना आपके? क्या होता है वो? वाईफाई, LTE, ब्लूटूथ, पता है ये? हाँ नहीं तो बोलिए कम से कम, तो मुझे समझ में आएगा आप है वहाँ पे.
Sir.
यस.
Global system for mobile communication.
और ये क्या है? वाईफाई, ब्लूटूथ. सो if you use the Android one, so there is a feature of connectivity, that is the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LTE, NFC. Okay, then we have the storage. So it is a lightweight relational database is used for the data storage purpose. So यहाँ पे lightweight relational database use होता है when we are going to use the Android phone. So this is the feature of Android. Then it support the different media, that is MP3, PNG file, JPEG file, different. We can play the different video files when we are going to use the Android. Then also feature, that is messaging, web browser. We are going to serve the internet when we are going to use the Android. Then multi-touch screen is there. We can do the multitasking. So we have discussed the multitasking, resizable widgets. So we can expand the widgets by having the Android. Then we can, that particular Android support the multi-language. Means if you are going to use the Android, on the same time you use the different language on that particular operating system, means it support the multiple languages. Then GCM, that is cloud, Google Cloud messaging is there. Is that is a service that lets the developers send the short message data to their users on Android devices without needing a proprietary of synchronized solution. And Wi-Fi Direct, a technology that lets the app discover and pair the directory over a high bandwidth, that is the Wi-Fi direct. That is a peer-to-peer connection. Means a direct connection is there. Means from if you have means you have Android phone, your friend have the Android phone, then directly you are connect. Means directly you are going to access the mobiles of your friends by using the Wi-Fi direct. Okay, okay. आवाज दे मला. आवाज मला सांग ना. हा सांगायला सांग.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then Android Beam, a popular NFC based technology that lets user instantly share just by touching two NFC enabled phones together. So that is the Android Beam. So these are the different features we have when we are going to use the Android operating system in our mobiles, in different gadgets which we are going to use regularly in our daily life. Understood? Then different applications, the different categories of Android application we have also seen. We can have the different application. We can run the different application if we have the Android operating system. So we can have the different application of music. We can have the different application of news. We can install the different application over our Android mobile phone. We have the different application of multimedia, sports, lifestyle, food, drink, travel, weather, books, business, different preferences. We have the navigations. This type of application we are going to use on Android. So it is very easy. So it will give you some relief if we have the different type of application. If you bored, you may watch the video on your phone if you have the Android. You play the different song. You listen the your songs which you like most. You also install the different app of sports. Means by installing sports application, you can play the different games. Means if you install the cricket, you play the cricket with your mobiles. Then there are different lifestyle application, different sport application, different travel application you are going to use on the mobile. So you can access the different history if you wanted to go somewhere. So by installing the different apps of the travels from the Play Store, you can easily get the information to which we are going to search. Then different business application also you are going to install. Different social media application you are going to install on the Android mobile phones, and you use that particular social media to be in touch with your friends and the relatives to whom you want to make a contact on a social media. So in different means if you have the Android, you use the different application. So there are different categories of applications, so you are going to use in a Android phones. Then navigation also you are going to use. ये किसी ने यूज़ किया है क्या navigations? क्या होता है ये navigations? जैसे कि गूगल मैप है, it will navigate you, it will guide you, है क्या नहीं? Different finance application is there. Financial application को use करता है क्या? Then different utilities means the different settings you are going to change in the Android phone. So by using different utilities application, you may allow the different application to use your internet to access that particular app by another app to synchronize. So there are different utilities available when you are going to use the Android phones. So these are the different categories. You may have the different utilities. You may have the different apps which is related to the finance. You may have the apps which is related to the books, and you are going to enjoy the reading books on the mobile when you are traveling. Understood? Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Then distributed operating system, the concept, need and the feature. This is the next topic, 3.6, distributed operating system. So you have heard about this particular keyword or topic, distributed operating system. क्या होता है ये distributed operating system? We have seen the operating system in the first chapter only. Operating system क्या है? So anyone can elaborate this point? What is a distributed operating system? What is meant by distributed? Yes, distributed operating system. Yes, सांगता येईल का कोणाला डिस्ट्रीब्युटेड म्हणजे काय डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन म्हणजे काय व्हॉट इट मीन्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है कि नहीं आपने सुना होगा ये वर्ड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर किसी प्रोडक्ट का डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर होता है कि नहीं होता है कि नहीं जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज यू लाइक द कैडबरी मोस सो if you want to buy the Cadbury you may think about who is the distributor in your city what is meant by distributor
वितरित करणे.
वितरित करणे okay so the same way we have the concept in our operating system that is a distributed operating system means what ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है एक अगर हम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को देख ले तो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम क्या है इट इज़ यूजुअली द इंटरफेस बिटवीन द कंप्यूटर एंड द ह्यूमन that is the operating system that is going to serve you to interact with the computer hardware and software that is the operating system but distributed operating system means what that operating system is distributed over the different computer so it is the one of the important type of operating system that is a multiple central processor are used for the distributed system to serve the multiple real time application and the multiple users अगर हमारे पास एक कंप्यूटर है उसमें ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है देन ओनली वन पर्सन इज गोइंग टू यूज दैट पर्टिकुलर कंप्यूटर एम आई राइट आपका कंप्यूटर है उसमें ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है बट एक बार एक ही यूजर उसके ऊपर काम कर सकता है एम आई राइट अरे हाँ
Yes.
हाँ ना ही बोला कई तरी
Sir.
ठीक है अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है इसका मतलब व्हाट वो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम क्या किया है डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया है एक कंप्यूटर के ऊपर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम नहीं है वो बहुत सारे कंप्यूटर के ऊपर उसको क्या किया है डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया है उसको बांट दिया है so there is a multiple central processor and used by the distributed system to serve the multiple real-time application and a multiple users. So when you have the distributed operating system, at that time you can serve to the multiple user. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So accordingly, for the data
Yes, sir.
processing are distributed among the processor, you use the distributed operating system. Processor communicate with each other through the various communication lines. That is high-speed buses that like a telephone lines. So there, these are known as a loosely coupled system or a distributed system. Processor in this system may vary in the size and the function, and they are referred as side nodes or computer as on. सो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पे क्या होता है, जो अपनी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम होती है वो कंप्यूटर के ऊपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए जाती है। जैसे कि 10 कंप्यूटर है, 10 कंप्यूटर के ऊपर वो क्या किया जाएगा, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया जाएगा। एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेसर हैव द कम्युनिकेशन थ्रू ईच अदर बाय हैविंग द हाई स्पीड communications line. So when we have the distributed operating system, the multiple users can use, means that particular distributed operating system can serve to the multiple user. तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम अगर हमारे पास है, हम यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मल्टीपल यूजर उसके ऊपर काम कर सकते हैं। डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कैन सर्व टू द मल्टीपल यूजर। अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we are going to see the different advantages of distributed operating system. So with the resource sharing facility, a user at one side may be able to use the resources available at the another side. Means what? Suppose there are different resources available and we have the distributed operating system over the network, so we can use the different resources. Suppose a particular printer, a particular resources is attached to the another computer, and we are in the distributed operating system, then we can access from another processor, we can access from the another computer to the resources of the another computer which is joined to the another computer. So this is the advantages. That is the resource sharing facility. When we have the distributed operating system, then we may enjoy the resource sharing facility. Then speed up the exchange of data with one another via the electronic mail. So if we have the distributed operating system, we have the 10 computer and that operating system is distributed over the 10 computers, then we may have the communication on this particular distributed operating system by exchange of data with another via electronic mail. The speed of communication is very high when we want to communicate from one computer to another computer. Then also the next advantage is if failure of one side, failure of one computer in a distributed system, it doesn't affect the others and the remaining sides can potentially continue for the operating. Means एक कंप्यूटर एक सीपीयू अगर खराब होता है, कुछ फेल्यूर होता है, so it will not affect the others computer, it will not affect the other resources. Understood? Better service to the customer, reduction of the load on the host computer. So if you have the distributed operating system, then it will reduce the load of the particular computer, it will reduce the load of host computer, reduction of the daily delays in the data processing. If you have the operating system and which work on a single computer, then it may the delay for the processing of the data, because there may be the load on the particular operating system on a single operating system. But if you have the operating system and it is distributed over the number of computer, number of resources, at that time you can have the reduction of delays in the data processing. Understood? So these are the different advantages if you use the distributed operating system. Got the point? Understood? Yes, understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then The next point, that is feature of distributed operating system. So these are the various important goals that must be met to the build the distributed operating system. A distributed system should easily connect the user to the resources. It should hide the facts that resources are distributed across the network and must be open and must be scalable. So first feature of a distributed operating system, that is connecting user and resources. Connecting users and the resources. So when we have the distributed operating system over the different computer, then the main goal of that particular distributed system is to make it easy for the user to access the remote resources. So to share them with other user, it control in control manner. We can control the different resources from one resources from one computer. We may control or we may connect to the another resources which is attached to the another computer when we have the distributed operating system. So this is the feature, that is connecting user and the different resources over the distributed operating system. So that particular resources may be anything, that may be the resources are printer, storage facilities, some may be data, some may be a file, some may be a web pages and the network. So there are many reasons for sharing the resources. One reason is economics, means what, suppose there are 10 computers and only one printer is there, and if you want to use that particular printer from the 10 computer, then it is uh, you can use that particular printer, means you can operate that particular printer from the 10 different computers. This is the features, means economically there is no need to have the 10 printers and which is joined to the 10 computers. From different 10 printers you can access that particular printer. So this is the feature of distributed operating system, that is the connecting user and the resources. Understood? Yes.
Yes, sir.
बाकीचे झोपले काय? Yes, another student, rest
Yes,
of
sir.
the students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. देन नेक्स्ट ट्रांसपेरेंसी. अभी क्या होता है ये ट्रांसपेरेंसी? सो important, this is the important goal of any distributed operating system, that hide the fact that process and resources are physically distributed across the multiple computer. So you think that that particular means you may not aware that that particular operating system is distributed over the number of computers, number of nodes, and in reality it is distributed. That operating system is distributed, and you are going to access any computer, you are going to any access you are going to access any resources from any computer. So when we have the distributed operating system, so you realize that there is only one computer, only one single computer, and you are accessing the other resources from that particular single computer. That is called transparent. So the concept of transparency can be applied to the many aspects of the distributed system, that is openness. So another important, that is goal of the distributed system, is openness. So an open distributed system is a system that offers the services in standard and describe the syntax and semantic of those services instant. Standard rules in a computer network control the format, content, meaning, message sent and received. Such rules are formalized in the protocols. So in distributed system, services are typically specified through the interface, often called as the interface defining definition language, that is IDL. So when you have the distributed operating system, and by using distributed operating system you want to communicate with each other, you want to communicate through the network. So to sending and receiving the message, to sending and receiving the data through the protocols only, so there is a openness. So there is a final protocol, you have to use that protocol, and by using that protocol you are going to access another devices, you are going to communicate with the other computer. So in distributed systems, services are typically specified through the interfaces that often called the interface definition language. An interface definition written in a ideal almost always capture only the syntax of the services. So they accurately specify the names of the functions that are available with the type of parameter, returns value, possible expectation that can be raised, and so on. So this is the concept of openness when you have the distributed operating system. Then scalability. So you may scalability means what? Suppose you have the larger system and you want to modify the distributed operating system, means you want to join more nodes, more computers in a distributed operating system, then it is scalable. So algorithm that work well for the system with the 100 machine can work for the system with 1000 machine, and none at all the system with 10,000 machine. So the centralized algorithm does not scale well if opening a file requires contacting a single centralized server to record the fact that the file is open, then the server will eventually become a bottleneck as the system grows. So you can have the thousands of computer you can join to each other, and you can have the distributed operating system on thousands of computer. So there is a feature that is scalability, means you can expand with the more number of nodes, more number of computers, and that have the distributed operating system. Yes, understood scalability. Then reliability, you can the main goal of this particular building distributed operating system, that you are more reliable than the single processor system. So if any one of the node is fail, there is no problem, you can operate that computer, you can operate or you can access the other node. So some machine goes down, some other machine get used to it, and in other word, theoretically the reliability of the overall system can be boolean or the component reliability. So with 4 file server, each of 0.95 chance of being up at any instant, the probability of all 4 being down simultaneously is 0.0006. So the probability of the list of 1 being available, that is 1 minus 0, that is 0.99. So there is, you can rely on this particular distributed operating system. अगर एक भी PC खराब होता है, कंप्यूटर खराब होता है, so you can access the particular system, or you can use the system by having or by accessing the other computer. So you can rely, there is a reliability on a distributed operating system. 4 कंप्यूटर है, एक खराब हो गया तभी कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है, 3 के ऊपर आप दूसरा यूज करके वो काम चला सकते हो. That is the reliability. Then performance, building a transparent, flexible, reliable distributed system is useless if it is slow like molasses. So if you want to check the performance, then it is working as a standalone system, means performance is very high. If you want to access something, you can easily access any file, any data. Also you want to communicate from one computer to another computer, then it is easy and with a high speed, like you are using the single computer. So performance is also The high performance is also good if you use the distributed operating system also. So these are the different features of distributed operating system. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute, I will see. समझ में आ गया सबको? यस. क्षितिज मारोतकर. अंडरस्टूड. वैष्णवी. विशाल. वैष्णवी. So today we are going to stop here. Okay. Till then, have a nice day. Yes. झोपलेत काय सर्व? संकेत. तेजस. निकिता. सायली.
Yes, sir.
So bye. Have a nice day. समाधान.